Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1997 Hong Kong 50-cent coin, a seemingly ordinary coin with a surprisingly rich background and collector's value. Stay with us till the end, because you might just discover you've been sitting on hidden treasure all along. 1997, a year that marked the end of an era. The British colonial rule in Hong Kong officially ended on July 1, 1997, as sovereignty was handed back to China. This wasn't just a political event, it was a monumental shift in world history. And guess what? The coins minted in that very year, like this 50-cent coin, have become powerful relics of that transition. The 1997 50-cent coin from Hong Kong is more than just pocket change. It represents the final chapter of over 150 years of British influence. It was the last time Queen Elizabeth II's portrait appeared on many everyday Hong Kong coins before the region moved to a new era under Chinese administration. Design details. A closer look at the coin. Let's break down the design. On the obverse side, you'll find the elegant and regal image of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, wearing the George IV state diadem. Surrounding her portrait is the legend, Queen Elizabeth II, a familiar inscription across British colonial territories. Flip the coin to the reverse side, and you're greeted by the striking floral image of the Bauhinia flower, the emblem of Hong Kong. Its clean, curved lines make it one of the most beautiful botanical designs ever featured on a circulating coin. Beneath the flower is the denomination 50 cents, and below that, the date, 1997. Rarity and circulation, why it matters. Now you might be asking, if millions of these coins were produced, why would any of them be valuable? Great question. Here's the twist. While the 1997 50-cent coin was part of general circulation, clean circulated specimens are becoming increasingly rare. Most coins from this year have endured over 2 decades of wear and tear. However, collectors are on the lookout for those that have retained their sharp detail, luster, and minimal surface scratches, what we call clean circulated condition. Coins in such condition don't come up often, especially from this symbolic year. And with rising global interest in transitional-era collectibles, especially anything tied to British colonial history, the demand is growing rapidly. Market value, from pocket change to profit. So what's it worth? Here's where things get interesting. In clean circulated condition, the 1997 Hong Kong 50-cent coin can fetch anywhere from $10 to $50 USD on collector markets. But that's just the base level. Coins graded by professional services like NGC or PCGS and found in AU almost uncirculated or MS mint state condition can reach even higher values, up to $100 or more. And then come the rare errors or misstrikes, off-center minting, double dyes, or planche flaws. These can skyrocket the coin's value into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the buyer. In 2022, a coin dealer in Singapore reportedly sold a flawless 1997 50-cent coin with a subtle off-center strike for over $1,000 USD to a private British collector looking for end-of-empire memorabilia. That's right, from 50 cents to $1,000. Who's buying the global coin collecting boom? But who's actually paying that kind of money for a 50-cent coin? It turns out, a lot of people. Coin collectors from the UK, Hong Kong, mainland China, Canada, and even Australia are actively building collections that capture the story of British colonialism and its twilight years. Coins like the 1997 50 cents are seen as emblems of a pivotal moment in history, and collectors are willing to pay to own that moment. Additionally, with Queen Elizabeth II's recent passing, there's been a surge in interest for coins featuring her portrait, especially those minted in historically significant years like 1997. How to identify and preserve yours. Think you might have a 1997 Hong Kong 50-cent coin sitting in your drawer? Here's what to do. Inspect the coin under good lighting. Look for clear details in the Queen's portrait and the Bauhinia flower. Check the edges and surface. Clean circulated coins will have minimal scratches and no heavy wear. Avoid polishing it. This can reduce its value. Store it in a soft pouch or plastic coin flip. Protection is key. If it looks promising, consider sending it to a professional grading service. That small investment could reveal you have a hidden gem worth hundreds, or even more. So the next time you stumble across some foreign coins, don't dismiss them as worthless clutter. That tiny 50-cent coin from Hong Kong, minted in a year of global change, could be your next treasure. And that's just the beginning. In our next segment, we're diving into a Washington quarter dollar so rare, it's valued in the millions. The 1997 Hong Kong 50-cent coin. At first glance, it's just a piece of metal. But in reality, this coin marks the end of one era and the beginning of another. It was minted in the same year Hong Kong transitioned from British rule to Chinese sovereignty, a political shift that changed the destiny of millions. Show coin image front and back highlight the Bauhinia flower and 1997 date. Let's begin by taking a closer look at the 1997 Hong Kong 50-cent coin. Obverse design. Unlike older coins bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin features the Bauhinia blackena flower, a beautiful and symbolic flower of Hong Kong. This floral design replaced the Queen's image starting in 1993, as Hong Kong anticipated the handover in 1997. Key features of the coin. Denomination, 50 cents, half a dollar. Diameter, 22.5 millimeter. Weight, around 492 grams. Composition, nickel brass. Shape, round with a milled edge. Obverse, Bauhinia flower with the inscription Hong Kong in both English and Chinese. Reverse, the denomination, 50 cents, and year 1997. This design transition was symbolic. It was a subtle preparation for Hong Kong's return to Chinese sovereignty, removing colonial imagery while maintaining local identity. Zoom in on the Bauhinia flower design, British colonial history. To understand the weight this coin carries, we need to go back nearly 2 centuries. In 1842, after the First Opium War, the Treaty of Nanking was signed between the United Kingdom and Qing Dynasty China. This treaty ceded Hong Kong Island to Britain in perpetuity. The British Empire transformed Hong Kong into a major trading post. Over the next century, Britain expanded its control. 1860, Kowloon Peninsula was ceded after the Second Opium War. 8. The new territories were leased to Britain for 99 years, ending on June 30th, 1997.
So, when the 1997 date came around, the lease expired. But by then, the entire territory of Hong Kong, not just the new territories, was set to be returned to China under an agreement made years prior, quote, on screen from the Sino-British Joint Declaration, 1984. Hong Kong will become a special administrative region SAR of China, while retaining its capitalist economy and way of life for 50 years. Transition to Chinese rule. The Sino-British Joint Declaration was signed in 1984, laying out the terms for the handover of Hong Kong. It stipulated the principle of one country, two systems, a formula allowing Hong Kong to retain its capitalist economy, legal system, and freedoms that differed from mainland China. But the transition wasn't just political, it touched every aspect of life in Hong Kong, including coinage. Between 1993 and 1997, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, HKMA, began phasing out coins bearing Queen Elizabeth II. The Bauhinia series was introduced, symbolizing local identity and moving away from colonial icons. Asterisk, The 1997 50-cent coin was among these transitional coins. While it may not seem like much, it was the last 50-cent coin to be minted in the year of the handover, giving it historic value for collectors and historians alike. Symbolism of the Bauhinia. Why the Bauhinia flower? This isn't just a pretty design. The Bauhinia-themed, also known as the Hong Kong orchid tree, is native to Hong Kong. It was first discovered in the late 19th century by a French missionary and quickly became a symbol of Hong Kong's unique cultural blend. In 1965, the Bauhinia was adopted as the official emblem of Hong Kong. It's also the central figure on the Hong Kong SAR flag, introduced after 1997. So, the coin does more than show a plant. It represents Hong Kong's local identity, resilience, and distinctiveness, even under different political rulers. Show flag of Hong Kong with Bauhinia flower. Compared to coin design, after the handover, Hong Kong retained control over its own monetary system. The Hong Kong dollar HKD continued to be used and pegged to the US dollar. Interestingly, even after 1997, coins bearing the Bauhinia flower continued to be minted, reinforcing the idea that the city's economic and administrative systems would remain distinct. The 1997 50-cent coin stands at the crossroads of this transition. It's not a colonial coin, but it is the final 50-cent piece minted during the British administration's final year in Hong Kong. It's a numismatic artifact, a snapshot of a moment of global change. Now let's talk about collectability. The 1997 50-cent coin is not made of precious metal, and it's not exceedingly rare. But its historical context makes it valuable to collectors of modern world coins. Colonial currency, or Chinese transition-era memorabilia. Market value as of 2025, circulated condition, 50 cents 1, United States dollar, uncirculated condition, $2, $5 USD mint. Sets or proof versions, if part of a collector series, up to $10, $15 USD. What makes it valuable isn't scarcity, but historical symbolism. Collectors often look for clean circulated specimens with visible details, coins with original luster, contextual collections. Full Bauhinia series from 1993 to 1997. Always store your coins in dry, cool environments with non-PVC holders to prevent damage over time. Legacy and modern relevance. As political tensions rise in Hong Kong in recent years, the 1997 handover has taken on greater symbolic weight. Some see it as the beginning of autonomy, others as the start of slow erosion of freedoms. The 1997 50-cent coin now sits at the center of these conversations. It's a quiet reminder of what was promised and what has changed. Even though it's just a small coin, it speaks volumes. For collectors, it's a historical token. For historians, it's a symbol of political change. And for Hong Kongers, it may stir nostalgia, pride, or uncertainty. So the next time you come across a 1997 Hong Kong 50-cent coin, don't underestimate it. It's not just change in your pocket, it's a piece of living history. Close-up montage of coin, flag, Queen Elizabeth II, and scenes from 1997 handover ceremony. If you enjoyed this journey into numismatic history, like and subscribe for more stories behind the world's most fascinating coins.
To understand the significance of the 1997 Hong Kong 50-cent coin, we first need to grasp the weight of the year 1997 itself. This was not just any year. It marked the end of British rule in Hong Kong and the beginning of a new era under Chinese sovereignty. For over 150 years, Hong Kong had been under British administration, following the Treaty of Nanking in 1842. The return of Hong Kong to China on July 1, 1997, was a historic event viewed around the world. It wasn't just political, it was deeply symbolic. During this pivotal moment, everyday objects, such as coins and banknotes, became symbols of identity, governance, and heritage. And the 1997 50-cent coin? It stood right at the crossroads of two worlds. Design features of the coin, 501-10. Detailed close-ups of the obverse and reverse of the coin. Now let's take a closer look at the design of the 1997 50-cent coin. Obverse design. The obverse side features the Bauhinia flower, a symbol introduced in Hong Kong's coinage in 1993. The Bauhinia blacana is a unique flower native to Hong Kong and was chosen to represent the territory's identity, distinct yet connected to China. This floral design replaced the British monarch's portrait that had previously adorned the coins. Around the edge, we see the English word Hong Kong and its Chinese equivalent Xianggang, emphasizing the region's bilingual heritage. Reverse. Design. The reverse shows the coin's denomination, reading 50 cents, and the year of issue 1997, along with the same in Chinese numerals. Its clean, symmetrical layout makes it easy to identify and gives the coin a formal, almost timeless aesthetic. Edge. The edge is plain, a practical design that aids minting simplicity and cost efficiency. This design marked a critical shift from colonial imagery to a more neutral local representation. Though minimalistic, it speaks volumes about Hong Kong's identity at a time of political change. Specifications and minting details. 1001, 15 nafas. Spinning animation of coin specks accompanied by subtle mechanical sounds. Here are the technical specifications of the 1997 Hong Kong 50-cent coin. Composition, nickel brass diameter, 22.5 millimeters, weight, 4.92 grams. Shape, round, edge, plain. Minted by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, which had taken over from the Royal Mint. Nickel brass gives the coin a golden appearance, a deliberate choice to evoke prestige while remaining affordable for mass circulation. The mintage figures for this coin were substantial. While exact mintage data varies depending on condition and variation, millions were produced to meet the needs of a bustling city in transition. Unlike earlier issues that were minted by the Royal Mint in the UK, by 1997, minting operations had become more regionalized. The coin still met international standards, ensuring compatibility with vending machines and coin-operated systems. The symbolism of the Bauhinia, 1501, 20 mil. A blooming Bauhinia tree, historical drawings of the flower. The Bauhinia flower is not just a pretty design, it carries profound meaning for Hong Kong's people. Back in 1993, 4 years before the handover, Hong Kong transitioned from British portraits to Bauhinia-themed coins as part of a gradual decolonization of public symbols. The design was created by local artist Joseph Yam, who envisioned a unifying image that was non-political, non-provocative, and culturally neutral. The flower is featured on the Hong Kong flag, emblem, and coins, making it a unifying national motif in the post-colonial era. While some locals saw the new coin designs as sterile compared to the regal flair of Queen Elizabeth II, others welcomed the modern local identity represented by the flower. Either way, the 1997 50 cents coin became a physical emblem of evolution, continuity, and adaptability. Comparing pre-1997 and post-1997 coins, 2001, 24 Zhou side-by-side comparison of 1980s, Queen Elizabeth II coins versus 1997 Bauhinia coins. Let's take a moment to compare this 1997 issue to the pre-handover coins, particularly those featuring Queen Elizabeth II. Colonial coins, such as those minted between 1955 and 1992, prominently displayed the Queen's portrait on the obverse. These coins were minted under the authority of the British Crown, and their designs reflected that status. In contrast, the 1997 coin abandoned monarchical imagery in favor of local symbolism. There is no reference to the British monarchy, no crown, and no Latin inscriptions like DG Regina. The visual difference represents more than just aesthetics. It signals a paradigm shift in sovereignty. Still, both versions were legal tender side by side for a time. This overlapping usage served as a subtle reminder of Hong Kong's complex and hybrid identity. Collectors' value and market trends, 2401-28, auction websites, price tags, collector flipping through coin albums. Now, let's talk money. What's the 1997 Hong Kong 50-cent coin worth today? In circulated condition, these coins are still fairly common and might fetch between $0.50 to $2 USD, depending on wear, toning, and presentation. However, uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated BU coins, those that have never been used, can be worth $3 to $8 USD, especially if they are still in their mint packaging or part of a commemorative set. Coins with mint errors, such as off-center strikes or missing inscriptions, are much rarer and can sell for $15 to $30 USD or more, depending on severity and uniqueness. For serious collectors, the real value lies in building a complete post-1993 Bauhinia coin set. The 1997 issue holds special interest due to its historical importance. It's a first year of issue under full Chinese sovereignty, and that boosts its long-term collectible appeal. People paying in markets, using octopus card, and handling coins. Even decades later, you can still find the 1997 50-cent coin in circulation in Hong Kong. Though contactless payments have dominated recent years, coins remain essential for small transactions, especially in markets, street stalls, and transport kiosks. The coin's enduring durability, thanks to its nickel-brass alloy, means it continues to hold up against wear and tear. Many locals don't give it a second thought. But for us coin lovers, every scratch, dent, and detail tells a story. Montage of 1997. 50-cent coins fade into cityscape of modern Hong Kong. The 1997 Hong Kong 50-cent coin may seem like just spare change, but it's so much more. It captures a city in flux, a people embracing change, and a design language speaking volumes without saying a word. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual enthusiast, this coin deserves a place in your collection, not just for its design, but for its story.